Good morning. I am Carmen Williams-Bonds, and I want to share how my experiences have led me to practice being better than yesterday. Being better than yesterday has to start with us as leaders. Being better than yesterday had to start with me. As leaders, we must instantly shift our mindset when we are faced with negativity and challenges. When using a negative experience, a setback, criticisms, challenges, or even a failure as an opportunity to learn is what Carol Dweck introduced to us as a growth mindset. When I was a young adult, I very seldom read or heard about educational celebrations or words that encouraged young people to go into the field of education. But I definitely heard unflattering comments about my career choice. Since I could not change the thoughts of those around me, I became intentional with how I moved as an educator within the moment that I was in. At the time, I didn't realize that I was committing to being the resolution or the solution that was needed. That is the 15th commitment of conscious leadership. I was practicing being better than yesterday, and that allowed me to be intentional about being better than yesterday. So let me take you on this journey. I was intentional as a newbie teacher when I heard negative comments from veteran teachers. Here come the overachievers. Your class is too loud. Your kids makes too much noise. Slow down. You new teachers are making us look bad. Carmen, you do too much. My comeback was, yes, of course I do too much for our students. I want our students to be happy, prepared, and successful. In the midst of that negative energy, we stayed the course for our students. The other newbie teachers persevered and kept moving forward with doing what we knew were good practices. In spite of the negative interactions, we never gave up. The positive comeback statements that we courageously voiced taught me to become better than yesterday. I was intentional as a middle school team leader, encouraging my team as we moved from the junior high school model to the middle school model concept. We also moved into a new building, and that was a huge lift for us to leave the familiar behind. During this time, staff members were fearful, uncomfortable. They had mixed emotions about changes. It was a mindset shift before new behaviors could occur. As a team leader, I was intentional with my response. I replied, "What an amazing opportunity this is for us to create a team learning environment precisely tailored to our students." Then I heard those familiar words again. "Carmen, you do too much." My comeback again was, yes, of course I do too much for our students. I want our sixth grade team to be prepared to support these 200 students that we're about to serve this year. That entire process taught me to be better than yesterday. My intention shifted as an assistant principal at a school with high neighborhood crime, student trauma, student deaths due to gun violence, low school morale. I had poured from my cup into the students, the school, and the staff, and the parents, but I did not fill my cup. I had to be intentional about myself for the first time, and that was a turning point. That experience awakened me to understand that in order to continue to be better than yesterday, I had to move on. As a principal, I was intentional when I encouraged my teachers to identify their needs and grow in those areas. These were teachers that expected second and third grade students to sit in a hard seat for hours, be quiet all day, do worksheets all day, and not ask questions. I received 3 grievances that year due to inspecting what I was expecting. Those were challenging times for me. I was faced with setbacks, roadblocks, a lot of courageous conversations. I heard teacher talk in the lounge, negative comments, and a few hurtful conversations. I could not be stagnant in that moment. In the words of Arthur Brene Brown, I had to take a deep breath and find the strength to leave what was mean-spirited on the ground. And I did just that. Those grievances, courageous conversations, and unsolicited feedback taught me to be better than yesterday. Throughout all these levels of educational leadership, I had to consistently focus on the positive each and every time. I was faced with challenges, negativity, and some undeserved circumstances. We've all been there. My message today is be intentional about being better than yesterday. Don't let challenges, negativity, and hurdles stop you from being the best leader for your students, in your school, in your district. Use your past experiences as lessons learned and get ready for your tomorrow because it will be better than yesterday.